Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Racing Stripes TV live coverage of Flat Out Racing Round 2 at the Circuit of the Americas for the United States Grand Prix. I am your host, the 094. Round 2 of 20 here at Flat Out Racing. Almost a full field today. 19 drivers will be lined up for qualifying. Let's see how many finish the race. Circuit of the Americas is a very windy, twisty track with plenty of passing opportunities down the very long back straight with DRS enabled, and some passing opportunities through the S's as well. Turn 1 will always be chaotic and hectic as usual as you go on uphill with cold tires and brakes not fully heated up. So let's go on board with some cars who are taking the track now. We see a Mercedes pull out onto the track. Looks like that's a Haas pulling out as well, along with the Ferrari. So a couple of drivers coming out for their warm-up lap around as they are about ready to take their hot lap. Again, I apologize. It's been about 4 months to spectating commentating. So apologize if I'm a little stumbling over my words, and plus these are new drivers as well, so it's going to take a little bit to know them, but over the course of the season I'm pretty sure I'll be able to know them very well and be able to call them out with simple ease. So let's put on some nope, that's not that. Currently fitted best. We'll probably do some best times. Keep that up there. There you see the tires that they're on. Everyone but Enel on the Ultra Softs. See, that's going to let's put up their lap. Fastest lap. Alright. Let's go through the field, get familiar with the drivers that we'll be paying attention to today. Move all the way up. Don't mind me. On the Ferraris, we have Woods V7. And then the other Ferrari, we have Coley. Northant in the Haas. He's on the Ultra Soft tires as well. As he's going to start his lap, 4th gear around the last corner. DRS is starting to climb. Brake control up and over the hill, down into the S's. The thing about the S's is you have to have a good first entrance into the corners. If not, it's really going to ruin up it's really going to destroy your rhythm. And even when you just make a slight mistake, we're going to turn too fast or go too wide, you'll have to recalculate and you'll definitely slow down your times. So we have all but 4 cars on the track. It's going to be busy times. There's Northant's in the Haas. Looks like he's pulling over. Looks like he is going to try to take it off the lap in a little bit. Next is Steve-O, F1X. He's in the Sauber. He's wrapping up the S section. There's Enel in the Sahara Force. All cars out, 18 minutes left to go as these cars are going to start completing their first qualifying laps. Using the one on the Super Softs. Just a friendly reminder that you will be starting on the tires that you qualified with. So we're now trying to go for the longer stint coming off the green lights when the race starts. Maybe you're trying to go for the one stop, going from Super Softs to softs, excuse me. And then Woods setting a fast time of a 1:34.753 with Matty Shaw, my newest subscriber actually, the 1:35.606. Just, ooh, that purple's really hard to see with that background. Just a little under a second behind, so he's going to make up 9/10 to take that overall spot. But we'll see what happens. Dino next door. Car he's in. Now we're starting to see lap times coming in. F1 Mercedes-Benz is 1:37.056. And now with a 135.651, Dino next door with a 134.791. Times all very close, with the top two at least, and third through fifth all within, looks like a tenth. Richmond, sixth, taking the step. And it now has retired. Looks like he's done for the day. Decided to just do it real quick, get the lap time done and over with, and call it a day. And dang artist, I think that's how you pronounce your name. Please correct me if I pronounce any of your names wrong. Setting the full time, just not getting the 133, getting a 134. It looks like the Williams is on pace to possibly do so. Ooh, maybe not. 1 second off. Looks like the Williams driver will be done with their lap. We have a caution in sector 3. Luki and the Toro Rosso coming around the last two corners. Let's see what he'll do in the 130s. Slow and fast out, and he's going to set a time of a 136.754. He's also in the Super Soft, so that's going to put him in 10th place for now with just a little over 5 minutes to go. 11 drivers have set their time as he goes wide around turn 1. Vince Tor in the Renault. Looks like the time to beat is a 134.194. And Vince going, oh, and he crashes right into the pit wall, going way too hot in. That is going to end his night. What's up, Al Mendola? Nice to see you, man. It's been a long time as we see the wreckage of Renault going in way too hot into the pits, knocks out the front right tire, and that's going to be his qualifying. Nico's going second quickest, just a tenth off of the Williams driver in the Sahara Force India. Let's see if he can up his sector. Really pushing his car. And he goes up 9/100ths of a second. Needs to go just a little bit faster than that. Let's see if he can push. I've already gone the back stretch. DRS is going to be open. Fuel set to max, I'm sure. Really trying to push, trying to get everything out of the Mercedes-powered Sahara Force India. Increase his time. He goes up by 1/10, a little over 1/10. It's going to be a tight battle. Who's going to get pole position? We're keeping an eye on this Air Force India driver. Beautiful line through the penultimate corner, and he's going to go into the pits. Decides not. Unless he just must have messed up somewhere. So he's in the pits. Woods on his outlap. Dino on his outlap as well. Evo on his outlap. Mercedes-Benz on their outlap. A couple of them, a couple in the pits. 3 minutes left. Expecting to come out soon. We're on board with Red Bull driver Luis Venturini. Right on board with him. Up to 7th gear. We have a caution in sector 1. A very low 3rd gear. We personally want to drop down into 2nd gear, try to get the acceleration off the corner. Here he goes into 8th gear. Sector 2 time is a 25.945. I'll give us some details on how far away he is from P1. Going around the 13, 14, 15 complex. A triple left-hander. exit, coming up to the last corner. Let's see what he can do. A 1:36.003. That's going to be good enough for 10th position. We just set a lap. Someone did. I missed it. Oil referee set a 1:57.943. I'm sure setting up for another go. One last time around. Foley in Ferrari was out earlier. Looks like just decided to come in, waited for Grit to appear on the track, to calculate on the track, so we can go just that little bit faster as we're under, or just over 2 minutes to go. And Woods V7 setting a 1:33.705 is a fast lap. He is the current pole sitter. Let's see if Artist has anything to say about that. The driver is approaching the S. Goes a little bit wide, scrubbing the tires, losing a little bit of momentum. Other than that, nice and tight through, getting a little bit squirrely from the rear. Powering down. Getting on the power nice and early down the stretch. Like Nico's. We'll have time. Coley's setting a fast time of a 1:33.597. Now that there's all that grip on the track, times will definitely be faster. No doubt about that. We'll finish up the lap here with Artist. Let's go from top to bottom. Full air and jacuzzi have yet to set a time. Oil referee P17, Deadly Jason with a 1:38.210. Midnight Wolford tires. He'll be finishing with a 14th place of a 1:32.292. Qualifying is over. Artist gonna cross the line. Let's see what time. It's gonna be a 1:33.704. By 4 tenths, but not good enough to take the top spot. And with Woods in the pit, Kohler looking pretty good, sitting pretty on top. Let's take a look at Nico's as he just completed his outlap before time expired. And the next person to take a shot at it, at least from what I can see, and no idea where everyone's at. F1 Mercedes has retired from the session, starting P6. As it stands, Coley's still trying to solidify his pole position by going faster. Let's see what Nico's has to say about it. Around 13, 14, 15 again. Fast lap Coley, a 1:33.482. Improves his time. And DeFluke setting time with a 1:34.095. That's going to put him up in P4. See what Nico's does. Come around the last corner. Richmond going in P2. The 1:33.598. Nico's going to come across with a 1:33.639. That's going to put him in third position. We have one more racer left on the track. That's going to be Deadly Jason, as he's going to go into the pits. And that's going to be everyone finished for qualifying. And there you have your starting lineup before the United States Grand Prix Season 13, Round 2 of Flat Out Racing League action.
I'm expecting a lot of action down the straightaway as the cars find ground really easy on this layout.
So looking at positions 1 through 5, a little less than 3/10 separated, so it's going to be close battling up in front. Looks like kind of each individual section kind of has its own battle that's going to be going on, with the top 5 battling it out, and 6 through 8. Well, looks like the mid pack's going to be pretty dang close, battling for those bottom points, and then out of the points, kind of the back markers, battling for pride, really. But let's see what happens. It's going to be a really chaotic start. 19 drivers on, only one did not set a time. And Hoyle referee with a 1:57. Probably strategy. It's probably getting a feel for the track. Not sure what the weather's going to be like. Hopefully for them, It's going to be nice and clear blue skies. Let's see what happens. And there you have it. Coley P1, Richmond P2, Nikos P3, Woods 4th place, Artist 5th, Defluki 6th, Dino Nexor 7th, Mercedes-Benz 8th, Full Air 9th, and North Ants 10th. As your top 10 starting order. Looks like we only had a handful, less than a handful actually, 2 drivers completing laps in the Super Softs. And I believe, what is it, 15th and below starts on whatever tires they want, if I'm not mistaken. There you go, next session begins, saving the game, and we're on to the loading screen. Skip that. And as we're waiting for the players, they're going to set up their pit strategies, talk it over with their teammates. Wonder how many are going to try to go for the one stop, probably the people starting the Super Softs. I wonder how many people are going to go for a 2-stop, maybe even a 3-stop. Looks like skies are a little bit bleak, a little bit cloudy. We'll see if rain has anything to say about this, as we're about ready to go green flag racing in about 20 seconds. Not sure if the formation lap is on or not. We will see. Once again, thanks for stopping by on the Zebra 94 streaming for Racing Stripes TV Round 2 coverage of Flatout Racing at the United States Grand Prix here in COTA. Here we go. 5 red lights. And away we go. Looks like we got the Williams with a little bit of a late start there. Let's scroll down the pack. We're seeing cars 3, 4 wide as they go up to the, 2 Ferraris they collide, 2 Toro Rossos they collide, 4 wide around the turn 1 up the hill. We have a Toro Rosso, looks like, or a Sauber going wide, holding it down. You see the cars going side by side through. We have a McLaren. Brave move at the beginning of the S's. Right on board with the Fluky, taking a look at Full Air, and there's all those cars right in front of them. Taking a look behind, looks like we're seeing a couple of cars there battling for the final spot from point. Great start. We have a caution in Sector 2. Wonder who's off. Doesn't look like anyone. Great shot seeing all those cars drive by. Let's go up to what you guys want to see, and that is the battle for the lead. Early lead here in the race, 28 laps. As Richmond gets past Coley on lap 1, and he's going to assume the lead. There you see Nikos and Artist, looks like there we go, Woods and Artist, kind of battling for a position. Artist getting past up into P4, with Woods losing the battle. Everyone's nice and tight and ready to go. Oh, we have a car off. That looks like to be Full Air. Oh, my bad. It was Mercedes-Benz. Got off there. There's the Dino next door, trying to get a run on Woods. Let's see if he can. He has the better setup. Let's see if he's going to go inside. Yes, he is. Side by side with a Ferrari driver, but it looks like the Woods gets the better exit off of turn 1 as they head into the S's. Interesting gear selection from Dino as he's going in that really low 8th gear through those S's. Let's take a look down here at Mercedes and the Fluky. 2 teammates battling for position. Take a look at Artist, 2 tenths behind P3. Nico's trying to break the draft just a bit. Switching the gear. Nice and easy into the sharp left-hander. Into the more technical part of the track. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, very close. About a second and a half within the leader. Look at the position changes. Matty Shaw losing 6 positions at the start of the race. Alright, let's get back to kind of a closer battle that we have going. All these cars all in a row. Midnight Wolf in a 3-second penalty. You got to be careful. This track can easily get you. Take a look at Venturini there. Looks like he was gaining on the Renault driver of Deadly Jason. And take a look back at the rear action just for a second. Let's go back up here with Stevo as he tries to take over Anel. And you see those two Toro Rossos still battling it out. Anel and Stevo trying to really take advantage of that. It looks like starting to see some rain, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there's the streaks of rain. Rain's going to play a huge part as Stevo going way wide. And now looks like he saw that coming and decided to play defensive, nice and slow into the sharp left-hander onto the back straightaway. And in just a couple of laps, we will see drivers go in and change for intermediates. So a couple drivers maybe starting to just try to get some position. Let's take a look at this right here. If you saw it, the fluky, brilliant move. Oh, a little bump from Mercedes. That's going to lose part of the front left wing around this track. That is absolutely terrible. I don't want any part of aero missing, especially going through those S's. And Anel is right there on the softs. It's your strategy for the people who chose the harder compound. And we're having some cars going into the pits. Artists going into the pits. Let's see what Artist is going to be putting on here if I can catch up. Stop. Going in and throwing on the super soft or ultra softs, excuse me. Wonder what happened. The rain's coming down. Interesting strategy. Let's see what happens later. Let's go back up here for Stevo as he's battling Northant and Anel. A lot of action going on. Oh, he's going to slide off. Looks like the track getting a little bit slippery out there. You can't really push as hard as you can. The rain's slowly accumulating onto the track. Gonna have to slow it down. Maybe lay off the throttle just a little bit more. Matty Shaw getting a 3-second time penalty, but there you see Anel really racing hard, trying to get past Mercedes-Benz, who has the slightly broken left front wing. In the DRS, plays off of it. Mercedes-Benz goes wide. Holds the line perfectly. That's some great side-by-side racing. Trying to go on the inside. Can he get it? Doesn't look like it. That was a nice attempt move though, trying to outside from inside. Can easily catch the driver sleeping around those corners, that is for sure. Close battles all around. Trying to keep an eye on them for you guys. Right now, this looks like to be the closest battle. Actually, let's go back up to P1 as Woods is in the pit. Tires are on. Vince Torre getting a 5-second stop and go penalty, and looks like drivers put on intermediates. Let's see if the time has come or not. These drivers, as close as ever. First, second, and third, all within about a half a second. Oh, Nico's going, looks like running a little bit wide as he goes, spins out into the grass, and he has retired. Looks like cannot get it to fire back up. Unfortunate for him. Strong run. Let's just lost it. Starting to see a little bit of spray. Oh yeah, there's the spray. It is time for intermediates for sure. Woods, Northant, Mercedes-Benz, Jacuzzi, Vince Torre, Midnight Wolf going into the Vince, and Holt and Hoyle, referee, all on the inters. So let's see if the leader is going to come in, which they most absolutely should. Laps 5 of 28 complete. Will the rain stop? We will have to round and find out. My friend Johnny says rain racing is true racing. It really brings out the racecraft drivers. People hate it because they know they can't race in the rain. Let's actually take a, well, let's keep an eye on these leaders real quick. Let's kind of keep a look down there around 10th and 11th place between Artist and Venturini. Remember, Artist came in for a new, oh! Who's that around? Oh, it is Hoyle referee around. He has retired as well. 2 down. And Richmond in the pits. Coley deciding to stay out and burying the track one more time. What a brave man he is. The Fluky now will assume P2. Let's see if Dino next door can actually catch up. Dino next door actually coming out of the pits as well. What about North Anthem? They're pretty far behind. What's past them? What? That is a glitch, my friend. Going on the interest. I'll take their word on it. That's probably on the interest. Deadly Jason going on the wet. A little bit too, way too soon there. What's up for downpouring conditions? Right now, Coley's still leading, but I think Richmond went on at the appropriate time. Let's see how much time he will be able to catch up to Coley, as he may or may not be struggling. Been an intense very first laps. Unfortunately for Nikos, who spun out and crashed, couldn't get the car firing back up, and had to retire all in the night. Take a look at Steve-O in full air. They're battling for 4th and 5th in torrential conditions on slicks. On board with him. Very tenderly going around. With a long right-hander. Fully going into the pit. We're expected to see the rest of the cars do so. Anyone who else does so declared mentally insane. And Steve-O's one of those people. He's going to be staying out for another lap. Not sure about that, man. You're insane. It's not worth it late in the lap. And he's going to take over the lead for the time being. And Richmond is right there. Can he beat Coley out? It's going to be close. Trying to drive it in deep. Richmond does have a little bit more grip on those tires. Tires are warm. Coley's are relatively cold. And Louise staying out as well. Everyone else is either on inters or, in Jason's case, wet. Looks like Richmond really fighting with the car. So is Coley. DRS is now disabled. Let's take a look at the battle between North Ants and Woods. You see Coley catching up to Steve-O there. I'm sure he's going to go into the pit soon. Okay, let's move up to Dino next door on full air. What's with a 3-second penalty? Locking up the tires, full air goes wide. Dino trying to take the advantage, and he does. He's going to move up another position for P7. Now up to Louis, struggling hard on the Ultra Softs in the wet. Oh, just so slow around that corner. And there's Steve-O finally going into the pits. He's going to drop down there. Right, the penalty raised. Steve-O with a 5-second stop go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But now Richmond and Coley, the second of each other. Neither driver has incurred any time penalties. So we have 21 laps to go. There you see everyone's tires. Let's take a look. Intervals to the leader. Oh! Coley losing it as I was messing around the sub menu. He's going to lose a part of his front wing, which in this track in the rain is not very good. So he's going to have to come in and pit. I'm sure it looks like he lost it, just lost the rear end of it just a little bit and hit Richmond. So Richmond's going to take over the lead. So let's see if he can race off into the rainy sunset here in Austin, Texas. And he's just dropping time. Or if he can, nope, never mind. Yeah, never mind. There you go, distance from the leaders. Well, looks like here's the closest battle we have for the time being. Dino next door in full air, still battling out for 6th and 5th this time, going side by side into the 13, 14, 15 complex. Let's see if Dino goes wide in, low out, and he does. Doesn't look like to help him there. That's the line I normally take. There's Steve-O having to do a 5-second stop and go penalty, which will occur during his next pit stop. That's a tough break. So the two stoppers looking to pounce nonetheless. Foley's still staying out. You can see him going to the pits. Ooh, let's see if Dino's going to go on the inside. Getting really close. Really pushing his car to the edge there. And loses a couple tenths. And his teammate Steve-O catching up to him. Whoa! From that angle, it looks like extremely squirrely, but holds on to it just fine. "20 laps to go." And Dino next door really caught up to him really caught up to full air during that S section. Matty Shaw with a 3-second time penalty. Really trying to get in the draft. Oh, Fuller goes way wide. Dino next door is going to take control of the position. Will Steve-O do the same? Doesn't look like it. Braking distances become longer in the rain. Drivers have to be careful. We're getting really close. Looks like follow the same line. Do a little bit of shadow racing from full air as he tries to close in the gap to retake his position. There you have Artist in the back, P8, slowly catching up to this action. So we're about to have a 4-way battle for P5 here. Very, very soon, as Matty Shaw has retired from the session, Steve-O goes in the inside, and he's going to make a pass on full air, and now it's Sauber running 5th and 6th, but remember that Steve-O has a 5-second stop go penalty that he has served. An Artist right behind full air. Looks like the rain's starting to come down even harder. You may see some drivers going on wets. Full entrance into the corner. Full air, not so much. Dropping down, trying to get the turning radius just a little bit sharper. An Artist back out. You see full air's rear sliding out from underneath him, catching it, but that's going to cause him some momentum issues. Coming out of the corner, Artist trying to go on the inside. No, doesn't look like it. Oh! Full air getting loose out of the left-hand corner onto the back straightaway. And now, Artist trying to capitalize and move up a position. What's passing Northants there? The P9. Artist trying to pass on the outside. Cannot get it done. Steve-O with the 3-second time penalty. We just saw him accidentally cut a little bit too deep into that corner. But here we go, right behind them. We have another battle. This time for P9 and 10. Woods and Northants, both with 3-second penalties, maybe even more. They're battling hard. But we still have this going on. Full Air trying to break the draft, coming out of the corner, trying to get Artist into that wash, making the car really, really loose side by side. We have the two Renaults as Steve-O gets past Dino next door. Full Air right behind them. Beautiful racing by all these guys as Richmond continues to pull away from Coley, now at an 8-second advantage. Oh, Full Air getting a little bit loose there, and here comes Artist on the inside. He's going to make a pass. Full Air going way inside, decapitating the corner, trying to stay up close with the Williams driver. Full Air trying so hard, looks like just not having the right setup in the rain, extremely loose, not prepared for it, and now the cars are driving ahead. Full Air trying to make the most of it, but it looks like slowly slipping from the McLaren driver's hands. And now Artist has his eyes set on Dino next door. Take a look back. Northants is now caught up to Full Air. Woods right there too, so everyone from position 6 down to 10. Rather close, within about 2 seconds of each other. 2.5 seconds. Take a look up here. Artist on the rear of Dino next door, trying to hold on to the position Dino is. Artist trying to get the better run around the long right-hander. Ooh, Artist runs wide. That's going to give him a 3-second time penalty. And Artist going into the pits. Let's see what tires they're on. Isn't time for wet. Let's take a look, or they're just going on another set of inters. Changing the wing, looks like Artist got some contact. And just put on another set of inters. We'll catch back up with the action between Northants and Woods. This is for 7th and 8th. We do have to commend these guys. Tremendous rain racing from all of them. Looks like they were ready and well prepared. Had the right setup. I think the Fluky might actually catch up to Coley. If I was Coley, I would have pit in as soon as that damage is. As soon as that damage happens. Let's kind of keep an eye on Full Air and Artist as they got fresh new inters. Let's see how fast they can tear up. Dancing Woods. Closest battle we kind of have going right now. Looks like Woods caught up to Dino again. Looks like Artist getting past Full Air. Take a look real quick. an eye on 6th, 7th, and 8th. These guys have on fresh tires, new wings, and they're ready to go, ready to get battling, trying to battle on through. We have to go back up to here. I'm sorry, guys. Battle looks intense, but this one is for higher positions. They are on intermediates. Oh man, Cody's fixed your game. What's right on the gearbox of Dyno, trying to work on the inside line. Oh, North Ant's trying to go way on the inside. Oh, they almost touched. That's going to force Woods offline there. North Ant couldn't connect as Full Air moves up a position. Looks like Artist will slowly be joining Coley going into the pits. Coley's going to drop quite a bit of positions. Coley's actually going to be going on wets. Looks pretty heavy enough that it is actually time for wets, as we have made it halfway through the race. Coley's going to drop from 2nd down to 8th. I think that's about as far as he's going to get inside. Here comes North Ants in the Haas, going around Woods in the Ferrari. They're coming back around side by side as they enter the S's. Woods really laid off the throttle there, gave plenty of space to North Ants. Looks like from the angle he's just drifting his car, which, I mean, is a pretty close comparison if you ask me. But Coley on the wets. It might be time for some wets now. Woods just right there on the rear of North Ants. These two have been battling quite a while. In the draft, in this pouring down rain, being around the inside, no. The plate's safe. Let's take a look down at Mercedes and Coley. Looks like the inners are still the way to go. Mercedes definitely catching up on Coley on the wets. New tire too. Let's take a look down real quick at Full Air and Artist. These two have been stuck to each other like glue for a while as the Fluky goes into the pit. Let's see what tires he will put on. He's going to put on wet, so yes, it is about time for some wet tires for full wet weather racing. Thanks, Rossi. Thanks for stopping on by. Try to keep it intense. Been a good one. 4 months. So Mercedes, Coley went in, looks like at the right time. North Ants drops to the wet tires, so now here is the transition from inters to wet. Now going to be going even slower, and now pretty soon inters going to feel like they're racing on slicks during light rain. That's how that kind of works. Coley a little bit squirrely, but I think he was just setting up for the entrance to the S's, but now the inters are running slower than the wets, although Mercedes looks like has absolute speed on the inters, so kind of staying within Coley just a bit. Actually, never mind, I take that back. 1 lap to go. Mercedes-Benz is up, or is down by a couple tenths now. Almost 2 seconds. So Coley trying to make up for the time he lost when he lost the front wing. We're going to caution second 3. Midnight Wolf has retired from session. I'm pretty sure trying to go into the pits. Let's take a look. Yep. Fortunate for him, the number 99 Mercedes Silverado. Too slippery sliding in. Lost control. Let's get back up here to the front as the Fluky going around Dyno next door. He's on the wets. He's got the better tires actually side by side. Ooh, this is going to be scary. Literally side by side. I think Dyno's going to be going into the pits and see from the rear view perspective. No, they're going to skip it. Dyno, you one brave man, you. There you see the Fluky just blasting off. What's going into the pits, probably throwing on some wet. Take a look at North Ants. Tries to catch up to Jacuzzi in the Red Bull. And side by side. Jacuzzi goes way wide, giving him plenty of space. Great job by Jacuzzi. North Ants gains another position and goes up to P8. So these last bit of pit stops are really going to shake things up, as we have 13 or so laps to go, 12 and a half laps to go. Really, really tight racing. Wonder how long Richmond can last. Remember, Steve-O still has that 5-second stop and go penalty. Remember that. I believe he still has yet to serve it. And Anel in P2, although he is about 19, 18 seconds down from the leader Richmond, who is this man right here, leading the stripe. Let's take a ride around him as he enters lap 17. And then we'll switch if we see any more tighter contests going on. If you haven't, subscribe to Race Stripes TV for more of this. Hoping to stream some more league racing in the future. Big shout out to Racing Stripes, or to FLATOUT Racing for asking me to. Well, they added me on Twitter and I asked them if they have a commentator, and they said no. Never had one until now. So thanks guys for letting me in your little family. Much appreciated. Let's take a look. Right here, interesting. Jacuzzi going into the pits, but there's Woods right behind Artist. Woods on the wet. Looks like raining about the same. I don't think it's let up. I think people who are still in the interiors are taking the risk of hoping that the rain will settle up, and it's not looking like it. Pulled over the 3-second penalty right on the gearbox. It's just, I guess it really depends on your setup. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. We have Wets and Inters kind of battling throughout the track. This is the closest one that we have between Woods and Artist. You see Woods trying to stick his nose in. Just a gross day on the track today. Right on board with Woods. Let's see if we can get it done. Artist taking the more defensive line, making Woods pass him on the outside. Knowing that Artist has that, I guess that little wall, but Woods, great drive on the inside. They're still side by side as we go to 13, 14, 15. Artist taking. He's way on the outside. The Woods trying to go over and under. Will he get it? Oh! Artist pushing Woods outside before the entrance of the long right-hander. Wow! All is fair in love and war, and these guys have been battling it out for the past couple of laps. Really tight racing as an L goes into the pit. What I assume to put on wet. Now it looks like Inters. Great battling. We're just going to take a look back there in just 1 second. Let's take a look up front now. Steve-O still on the Inters. It's pouring down, and the Fluky looking to pass for second place, and hopefully to even close in on Richmond as we have a little over 10 laps to go. The Fluky making the pass. Let's go back to Artist and Woods. Had to take a look at that overtake. These two are in it for the long haul. They both go wide, but they still hold it. Dangerous situations running on the rumble strips in the rain as you have little to no grip. It's the better exit. Looks like just about the same. Oh, Woods actually gets a better run. In the draft. Side by side. Artist has to be enriched. Pushed him way wide. I don't think that was intentional. I think that's just because Artist just cannot churn on these inters. I would say rather worn, but Artist had to come in and change the front wing, so kind of fresh inters, but still holding the line. Bunch of mixed strategies. Mercedes been with a 3-second time penalty on board. Looks like we have a squirrely car in the distance there. That's actually going to be Mercedes. So interesting. Looks like Mercedes going to have a rough go at it too. Artist going in the inside defensively. And now we have cars battling for position. But what's going to happen? Fourth dance now within 3/10 of an L. Now went in for a fresh new pair of inters. Let's see what happens there. Slowly past Steve up to P3. Trying to keep an eye on it. This is an intense battle, three-way battle for 7th, 8th, and 9th. Absolutely intense. I think Coley might actually catch Richmond. We'll take a look at that in just a couple laps time. 25 seconds down from the leader though. These guys, they're battling hard and heavy. Mercedes gets a little bit loose. Here comes Artist going up on the inside. Trying to get into the track. Let's see what happens. Oh, be careful. Mercedes kind of pushing them out wide. That can open the door for Woods. Woods comes barreling in. Take a hit. 3 cars, 2 cars. Can they save it? Oh, no one's out. But Woods getting a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. Oh my goodness. Now Artist having some wing issues. Woods some wing issues. Artist has left the session. Now Dino next door in P8. Mercedes-Benz in P7. Unbelievable. Mercedes-Benz leading that little pack there and doesn't get any damage, doesn't even get hit. Just holds on to it. Keeps their cool and keeps moving forward as Coley going into the pits, putting on inters. So it looks like that inters is the way to go. There's still drivers on different strategies, so we're not even sure. However, you see up in the clouds there, blue is starting to break, which means the rain is starting to let off, going into turn 1 extremely close. Let's take a look at Nell and Northant battling out for 4th and 5th. The Fluke has caught a lot up on Richmond, but how long is it going to stay heavy raining when we're starting to see some blue skies breaking on through? What? Oh man. Take a look back and Dino gets around. Oh, Mercedes losing the car. Oh, wow, that would have been extremely close if the cars didn't go. But now Mercedes has front wing issues. Unfortunate. Well, so that just would have been an insane hit. But now we're focusing on Northampton and Nell. Northampton's going into the pit, so it might actually be time for some interns, maybe. The Fluky, what's going on? The Fluky has caught up to Richmond. What happened? Richmond must have lost some control of his car, must have spun out or something. How many times has he gone in? Richmond's gone in twice. So was the Fluky. So Richmond's been on those inters ever since he changed onto them. No, that's not correct. Yeah, so he must put on new inters, but still, I think that's why. Yeah. So now Richmond trying to pull away from the Fluky. Take a look at how heavy the rain is. The rain is not as heavy. It's actually lighting up quite a bit. There's still plenty of water on the track. So we have a caution in sector 3. And that would be Mercedes off on the track. But what I thought was going to be a rather intense battle for the lead, Richmond slowly pulling away. Yeah, now with him, he's pulling away though, 2 seconds behind. And Mercedes-Benz retired from the session. Not able to score any points, just decided to call it a day. Let's go back here between Jacuzzi and Full Air. This is for P9 and P10. Full Air still in the McLaren, Jacuzzi in the Red Bull. Inners versus wets. Now inners are going to have the advantage. Woods in the pit. So these two can actually catch up. Jacuzzi with a great exit off the penultimate corner there. Oh, Fuller losing control, and Jacuzzi's going to go on the inside. Side-by-side drag racing down the home stretch. Won't answer the 3-second penalty. Jacuzzi being a little bit too courteous there, letting Full Air go on by. We go up just a little bit more farther up the track. North Ants and Dino battling it out. We have a caution for sector 1 and 2. Vince Tor has retired. Started with 19. We're now down to 13 drivers with just 7 laps to go. Jacuzzi getting past Full Air, it looks like. Where'd Full Air go? Oh, just must have lost control of his car somewhere around the S's. Dino's still trying to hold on with those inters there. Sherman West. The rear of Dino next door's car. North Ants having the better S line. North Ants does. Well, they come down to who has the most penalties. North Ants actually catches up quite a bit as you heard the front tires of Dino's car locking up. We'll look back here real quick. Side-by-side action. Woods gets passed around Full Air. Can Luis do the same? Full Air is still dedicated to those wet, but Luis might actually take the position away. Excuse me. Side by side. We'll give him enough room. Now he's going to dive deep down inside, holds on to it. On the ruffle strip, that's really going to slow down his acceleration. Let's go back up here to Dino and North Ant inside around the long right-hand corner. North Ant says Dino's trying to get the grip on the outside, holds on to it. Now back outside, North Ant. Oh, gets a little bump, gets a little bit of the wash. But still holds on to it. Dino still holding on to P6. And Steve-O gets past the Fluky for P2. The Fluky, those wets are no longer your friend, man. Go ahead and pit. Oh, Renault kind of pulling off to the side there. That was definitely Jason getting the blue flags. So let's pull over. Full Air into the pits. Looks like it's putting us some inters. Ooh! That was close. Right, literally right on the gearbox of Dino next door. North Ant going the over and under. He's going to get the better of him. Side by side, but I think Dino gets the better exit. In the draft. These two have been going at it non-stop. And now it gets around the Fluky. Inside, what's going to happen? I'm going to push him outside, trying to get him on the rumble strips. North Ants makes the pass, but going to run wide. That's going to leave the door wide open for Dino next door to go inside and retake the position. 4 laps to go. The Fluky has retired. Oh no! Oh. And so has Full Air. There it is. Trying to go into the pits a little bit too hot. Tires locked up, and that's game over. But back to the battle that we've been watching for quite a bit now. North Ant and Dino battling it hard until the very last corner. Oh, North Ant's going a little bit wide. Gonna mess up the line, slow him down. Move up to here though, when Anel and Steve-O go to Ghost of Artist. And Anel's gonna easily pass Steve-O for P2, and I think if Coley gets up there, I don't think Steve-O served his 5-second stop and go penalty yet. So I think Coley might take the bottom podium position of P3. As Anel goes around Steve-O, no problem. He ain't showing him on wets, but he is most definitely on the inters. No doubt about that with those speeds and that level of grit. Woods has left the session. Hopefully he can get back on. And now we're back to this battle right here. North Ants and Dino. 3 laps to go. These guys can ever get away from each other. I wonder if North Ant's just biding his time, looking for a great passing opportunity, which he had it, just went too big. Really close. He gets the better exit around the last corner. I think it might be North Ants. In the draft, is he going to go high or low, inside or outside? Going on the inside, gonna try to make it stick. Great camera shot from the front wing, and North Ant's gonna get the pass. Dyno just went a little bit too wide as, whoa, it goes quiet from this helicopter view. And North Ants really cutting the corner there. Gonna have to slow down. That's gonna allow Dyno to catch right back up. Racing too hard. Had to slow it down so it didn't get a big time penalty. North End's just a little bit over a second ahead of Dyno. Car up 19. We're actually technically down to 9 because Artists in the Woods have left the session. So we lost 10 drivers today. Two laps to go. This race is almost in the books. Just watch the silence. Anything can happen. With 2 laps to go, let's actually pull up to here. See if Coley can catch up to Steve-O. Steve-O's got some time penalties. Looks like North Ant's pulling ahead now by 2 seconds. I think that battle's pretty much got invested. We need some water after this race. My throat is scratchy. About 2 seconds away from each other. It's going to come down to penalties for sure. Absolutely insane. Jacuzzi started last, moved up 12 positions, and now starting starting 13th, moving up 11 positions. Absolutely insane as we are on the last lap. Coley has caught up to Steve-O. We'll keep an eye on him as we finish the last lap. Where is he at? Okay, we still got some time. We'll catch back up to him very, very soon. Right, let's take a ride around onto the back straightaway. We'll keep an eye on the interval times. See if Coley decides to make a move. Richmond been dominant all race long. Got some pressure from Coley early on, but kept his head down, kept it clean the whole entire race. Just a couple more corners, then he'll race it. Then he'll win his first race of the season, which is just beginning. Huge confident booster. It's always a great thing to get that early monkey off your back by winning a league race early in the season, just to get it right out of the way. No problem, not at all. Just 2 more corners to go. Can he hold on to it? Going around the last corner, Richmond will be your winner at the United States Grand Prix. Can now hold on. Actually, let's take a look at Coley and Steve-O going side by side. Oh, do a little bit of a Max Verstappen move there as Coley gets past Steve-O. Steve-O going on the inside. Do they touch? No, they don't. Steve-O actually loses control and spins around. Steve-O getting a puncture Can he cross the line? Yes, he can. Northant's not even close enough there. So Coley getting the bottom step of the podium, absolutely huge. Northant getting past Dino Next Door for P5. And Dino Next Door in P6. Let's follow Jacuzzi around. He's going to cross the line there. And P7 for Jacuzzi. And Louise looks like finishing in P8. And Deadly Jason finishing. He's actually going to get points for 9th place because of Woods and Artist leaving the room. So there you go. Your winner at the United States Grand Prix. Is going to be Rich Man 6. Unbelievable driving from these racers. There he is, the Haas driver, celebrating on the top of the podium. Sarah forced India P2 and the Ferrari driver in P3. And now, and Coley, as they spray the champagne on the already wet track and wet cars, celebrating, spraying the cameraman. Great racing, top-notch stuff. Coley finishing P3 after passing Steve-O in the last second attempt. It wouldn't have mattered anyway because Steve-O having occurred 13 seconds in time penalties. Unbelievable. And now P2, Richmond P1st position, and it was close all the way round through. Amazing race, guys. Thanks for stopping in for Racing Stripes TV. For Racing Stripes TV, I'm the Zebra94 signing off, and we will see you next week. Should be same time and, of course, same place. You guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful night.